auditioned, she actually gave me another scene on the spot. She gave me the script and said, do this scene, which is the pizza scene. So I went outside for like 10 minutes, played with it, came back in, and we just had a ball. We played every which way like we were in acting class, just having fun. And then I heard nothing for like a month. For like 2 weeks, I was like, my manager was like, how'd it go? I was like, really good. I mean, I got that. and then nothing. And then he called me and he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm about to go to the gym. And he was like, you got the move. And I was like, really? They ain't filmed that yet? And then, I met with her that Tuesday, her and Miss Salli. That's when I found out that Salli was in the movie. And of course, my mom loved Low Down Dirty Shame, so I knew exactly who she was. And I was like, I was so honored. Excuse me. That was my honest reaction. I was in a moment right there. And then we rehearsed and had a short period of time to kind of make the relationship. And we kind of, I think, it came more organically because we spent all our scenes are actually together. And all our downtime was together. So that's how I came to this beautiful film, I Will Follow.
No movers, you're serious.
I'm making progress, along with the help of my nephew and other occurrences. We're almost finished, kind of.
Are you sure about this?
He always loved it so much. If it brings you that much joy, then you should have it.
Talk a little bit about these gentlemen here. So they are non-actors, and we had a few non-actors in the film. Very few, though. I think there were our only 2 non-actors. Damone Roberts is known around town as the Eyebrow King. Anyone know Damone? Yeah. A few people know Damone. He's the Eyebrow King. The brothers are like, the Eyebrow King? Yes, he does the brothers too. So yes, the Eyebrow King. He's an associate of Oprah. He's one of her beauty advisors on the show and on the magazine. And so I actually wrote this with him in mind.
All right, thank you. To my dear friend May, and to my husband, to this young man Raven, to me, to the lovely woman who brought us to this room together, dear Amanda. To today, and to what's next, may we all be well.
So, a little bit about I Will Follow. The title comes from, does anyone know where it comes from?
YouTube.
YouTube. You guys just putting things together. Who really knows? Is that Brandon?
No, Vidal.
Is that? Oh, somebody. Oh, Vidal. Okay. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
So yeah, U2 song on their first album. It's called I Will Follow, and I'm a big U2 fan, and so the film is the song is about the death of Bono's mother, and so it just always meant a lot to me, that song, and so that's the title. So here we go into Salli's greatest acting achievement, the debate about Jay-Z and Nas. And we'll watch a little bit of it, and then I'll ask you all to talk about how difficult was this debate.
Okay, best punchline. Let me see. Wheezy or Fabulous?
Ah, man.
You gotta choose.
Okay. I say Fabulous.
Uh-huh. Okay. Best all-time NYMC, post-Biggie, post-Rakim, Nas or Jay-Z?
Nas.
So no hesitation, no thought, just wrong answer, front and center?
Jay-Z's a little overrated, don't you think?
Oh, you know what? You're gonna have to go.
Go on.
I think that was a blast. We had so much fun doing that scene. It's funny.
We were sick by the time eating all that.
We were. It is funny. Salli gave me, that was my first time eating pizza, on a movie. And I was eating, Ava was like, eat it, more in your mouth, chew. And Salli was like, Dijon, you're on camera. I'm just telling you.
I wouldn't listen to her if I was you.
But it was funny how
on film.
I was doing it, and then I just did a Pizza Hut campaign, and they were having like eat, and my head was Salli, so I'd be like, eat more, okay. So yeah, I was like, because Miss Salli told me, like, I saw it on camera, and I was like, John, you just look great. But we had a blast, and the funny part was, I was actually going for Jay-Z. And I talked to her about that. She's like, what do you really think? And I was like, if I had to actually choose, I'd choose Jay-Z. So I had to go back into my olden days when my brother loved Nas and bring him to it, because I know he'd been fighting for Nas. Yeah.
Brother. Always listen to your director, Dijon. He looked authentic, and it was perfect. I was like, this whole time.
Hey, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to.
Is this all that's left? Is this all I get?
What else do you want? Listen, I apologize. I took liberties. He's not my son. I don't know how to be with kids. I'm sorry. Take whatever you want.
I'm sure you already got all the good stuff.
What good stuff, Fran?
Whatever she had, whatever it was, papers, pictures, tapes, it's my legacy and my kid's legacy, not yours. I'm the daughter, you're the niece. Remember that.
When we got to the scene, we did not have much time.
No, we did not have
We were booking.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the scenes when we talk about rehearsal that was very hard for me. I really didn't like rehearsing it. And when we would rehearse, I'd have to, because every time I'm rehearsing, you were crying, and I could not look at you. After a while, I was like this. Because for me, I had to wait. I'm like, if I keep seeing, you know, I just felt like it would be dead to me. It wouldn't be fresh. So I had to just, we'd be doing it, and I'd be like, so yeah, we're gonna go over here. But it was just a wonderful moment to see you work and to play. And we really did just a few takes of each thing, and we were lucky that we got it because we didn't have much time.
Right.
And it was really difficult for me every time we rehearsed, or every time I did it, for me not to get into the emotion, because just the words, and every time I would say it, it would just be so painful what the character felt. It was just so deep for me. But one of the most difficult things for me of shooting the scene was that every time we rehearsed, we went right through the scene, but once we started shooting, we had to keep stopping and starting like in the middle of the scene, which I didn't know that we were gonna do that. And so each time it would I would start to do the scene, and then it would be like cut, and then we would shoot another part of the scene. So holding on to the emotion, trying to keep it moving forward was extremely difficult. And so it changed some of the dynamic of what I originally wanted to put out there, but it just came out the way it did in the moment, and I still tried to just be as honest as I could.
You never waited for me, ever. You just got into her head, and that was it.
The way you were with her, Fran, was not my fault.
Oh, how I was with her, how she was with me.
I don't know, Fran.
You know, all the things that you admired about her so much are the same things that made her not the greatest mother. Did you ever think about that? You got a different person.
Picking up on what you had said in that scene, the reason why we had to stop and start is because we were in a small room, and the blocking was moving and changing around the room, and it was a small room, so every time one would walk in another direction, we had to relight. And that's another issue of
that's film.
Independent film, when you can't light the whole room. I mean, you know, in another film, you just light from the top, or you would move a wall, or you would make sure that there was lighting around, but we had one light, and no, we had two lights, and so yeah, but that's when the acting really comes into play, and to have professionals that are able to kind of stop and start and pick up, and so I thought it was beautiful done. Yeah.
I'm giving her kudos over here by myself, so I figured I need to say it out loud. You know, it's funny because as actors, I know we can be really hard on ourselves sometimes, especially those of us who are from the theater, especially, because Salli has a different experience. We're like theater people. We rehearse, you know, 6 days a week for 4 weeks, and then you go do it. So that thing is locked into you. Film is completely different. So we plan stuff to happen all the time. We plan it, and we're like, okay, when this moment comes, it's going to be where I am. And you plan it, and you plan it, and it doesn't work out that way on the day in film, because you don't know what the set's going to look like. You don't know what's going to be there, and then we will leave that day. I'm not saying you did. I'm just in general. we'll leave that day feeling like we didn't do what we planned on doing, and therefore it wasn't as good as we wanted it to be, and we feel like somehow we've let ourselves down. But that scene is perfect. It's just perfect. Everything you're doing is just, whether it came out the way you thought it was going to come out or not, it's just really, really breathtaking. Every time I see it, I'm just struck with this woman's struggle to hold it together, and she's not going to give her that satisfaction even in this moment, and that's what I'm seeing, which is often 10 times more powerful than letting all the emotion out. You know what I mean? It's that, you know, we all relate to that holding that thing together. We relate to it because, you know, and then you have that lovely moment in the car, which we didn't see, where you let it out in private, and it just gets me every time. So kudos to you, sis.